Hey everyone, it's Francis, and today is exciting because we are going to finish up the project and order cassettes. We aren't going to be making any music today, that's all done. I have the artwork in my email. We are going to download the templates and make a J-card and order some cassettes, and without further ado, let's just dive right into it. So I've selected duplication.com or duplication.ca, Canada, as the duplication for my cassettes, and because of that we are going to get our template from here. If you've never ordered stuff wholesale before, it's kind of confusing. The websites are usually really ugly because they aren't trying to sell you a marked up product, they're just trying to sell you a service at a factory. So don't worry about that type of thing. Usually just I recommend finding a product or service that someone you know has used. This one seems safe to me. I've used them a few times. They've never messed it up. So we want cassette duplication. Where we go here? Templates. We want audio cassette. And a standard J-card is going to be fine for this release because we don't have any liner notes. So this one right here I think will do. And I'm going to download this. And I am going to use the PDF because I'm not going to use Photoshop. PSD is Photoshop format. And I'm bringing these into the folder that I'm working from for my project. Next up, we want to bring in the J-card cover to our editor. I'm using GIMP. Here's where you get this editing program, gimp.org. This is a free image editing program, similar to Photoshop, but free and different functionality in some ways. It's more than good enough for what I'm doing today. So strongly recommended if you don't feel like shelling out cash for Photoshop and you need to do a simple project. We want to bring this in at 300 resolution. That's print resolution. Generally, you will have instructions to do something like that. 100 is generally fine for digital, 300 is generally fine for print. If they ask for something else, just do something else. I'm not a graphic designer, so I'm not a great source of information on this, but I've learned that particular thing from graphic designers, and they never complain. So if you're doing a DIY project and you don't have a budget, you can probably find better information on this from somewhere else, but it's part of the DIY music release process, so we're doing it here. Anyway, next up we need to bring our image in. This is the artwork that I got. And I wanted it to be the size of the front of the cassette, which it is. Fantastic. Oh wow, it looks pretty cool like that. I was actually planning to make it smaller and have some design around it, but we'll see. We'll make a decision. So, real quick, I want to show you, here is the artist that made that cover. I really like this person's work, and found their art on Instagram and reached out. I could afford it, so move forward with the project. All right, that's out of the way. And basically what we have to do is decide what goes on this whole release. I generally want project name, album name, and a track listing. I will list cover art, illustration, maybe a few other things, but generally speaking, there's not going to be much that goes on this because there aren't any lyrics. I think I might even leave the inside cover blank, so let's just see what happens. Because I'm releasing this under my Astral Cauldron project, I want to make it somewhat similar in character to this. So we are going to use the same font. I believe this was Lucida Black Letter. It's one of the basic fonts. Astral Cauldron. And for now, we'll just make it black. And I probably had it bold and did some other stuff to it. That looks like it's the right font, right? Yeah, it's the same font. Cool. Okay, next up, I do kind of like the idea of making it similar in character to the previous release. So maybe some type of a border with a texture. Maybe we'll do something simpler. I might do a black background with white text. We'll try a few things and see what works. So let's just make a new layer. And We'll make that black. Oh, whoops. We'll make that black. Put it back here. That looks pretty cool with a black background. So I think we will move forward with that. First, I'm going to make some markers. And essentially what I want to do is make sure that I'm keeping the business stuff within the bleed lines. This here is the spine. So I'll probably put text on the side too. And this is the back. Okay. Nice. Looks pretty good. And bringing this back, we can see where stuff goes. Bringing this back, and we can shrink it down a little bit. Whoops. Making sure this is locked so our aspect ratio doesn't change. Scaling that. Astral Cauldron. Let's make this text white or an off-white color. Get over here. Let's see how that feels. Kind of cool. On the right track. We decided to name this Deserted Stronghold. I'm second guessing that name, but it's important to just sort of move forward with things even if you aren't sure, because your brain will always want to second guess stuff if you have more time to work on it. So we are going to assume this name is fine and move on. I don't like the way this font looks. I might do, whoops, change the name. I like that more. Make it smaller, all caps. And try to make this line up with the art. Okay. I like that, it's kind of cool. Generally I like trying a few other things too. This looks pretty good. I think I actually want the art to be smaller though. And I want it to be centered. Yeah, we can just eyeball it. Fine. Astral Cauldron needs to be smaller again. Oh, you know what? Let's move it down here. You get more of a retro vibe if you eyeball stuff and don't make it totally perfect. More like the classic style of pasting letters. Oh gosh. Okay, make the font smaller. How does this look? Deserted Stronghold is too wide. Okay. One less. We could also do a decimal place, but we aren't going to go there. Okay. I think this is at a point where it's looking pretty solid compared to the front of the tape. A little bit more space between the text and the image. That's kind of cool. I think I like that. Okay. This Astral Cauldron is going to get copied and rotated. Layer transform, and this is going to go on the spine. Okay. Same goes here. I think I'm going to just be lazy. To a new layer. Yeah, that's ugly. Leave it alone. Okay. The back is going to have the track listing. Maybe the artist name, a couple of other things. We can, I think, rotate the canvas, view. Okay, flip this around. I just pulled up the mastering project to remind myself what the track names are. And we are just going to copy these down. looks like there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 tracks. So we'll just do 2 stacks of 5, I think. And in order, melting in the dunes, mirage at the gates of the desert, illusionary feast. Oh wow, no idea what's going on. Oh. Asleep. Dreaming. That's 1. The other side is going to be madness in the catacombs. Memories of a shared past. Awake again. The long march. And rain. All that's going to be white too. Okay. And now we are back to making this stuff work. And I guess we need to rotate this. It's too big. That's fine. Okay. There we go. Just shrink these down to work. Okay. This should all be fine. Just trying to eyeball this. I like the idea of making it a little bit sketchy. Let's combine these and make them a little bit smaller. I'm gonna add a side. You want manufactured in Canada on this. Is that right? In Canada. Okay. In Canada. I'm gonna make that really small. Let's also add art by LF OSR. Oh, and you know what? I think I want that first. Okay. And this we rotate also. Layer rotate. Transform, where is it? I don't remember how I did it the first one, but we are going to cut at me too. Music, oh gosh. Music by F. Roberts. This is going to be left aligned, or right aligned actually. Go. Now it's going to be right aligned. Now we are going to rotate the layer. And now we are going to place it. And shrink it a little bit. Nice. Okay. View. Reset, flip, and rotate. And now we've got ourselves a J card. I think I want to center this roughly. And I think I also want to add a little bit of a texture to this black layer. Maybe I'll just generate the texture from this image. New layer. Where are we? This is probably not the greatest way of doing it, but kind of want to work with what we've got. Just going to do something like this. Scale it. Put this under everything. And give it like a low opacity. No, that's ugly. Let's give it a some type of an effect. Let's do something that damages it a bit. That's kind of cool. And maybe we can erase chunks of this on the sides with a weird eraser. Then do more of this with a low opacity. Just kind of want to give it a little bit of a texture. Really not ideal, but should be fine. I think it's going to be better than just a flat black. And then pull the opacity down on this too. Just to give it sort of like a little bit of something. Maybe something a little bit more extreme. And I think that having too much of the obviously same picture in there is a bit of a problem. So I'm going to erase over where the text is. And erase a lot of this hand here. I don't want it to be too obvious that it's the same thing, but I think it'll look better with a little bit of texture to it. Yeah. Okay. That's looking pretty good to me. And I think that we're going to call it more or less done. At this point I'm going to do a save as AC2 cover flat, in which I'm going to generate my sort of final image that I'm going to deliver, because we aren't going to, we don't want to deliver this with all the layers. We want it to be squished together the way that the distribution place expects it to be. So we can just squish some of these together as necessary. And all this text, I think I want to be like a little bit lower opacity, so it comes through a little bit gray and makes the image pop a little bit more. We can merge that down, and that all looks pretty good together. Let's see what that looks like on the thing. Yeah, I think that'll be nice. Awesome. Okay. Merge that down. And now we have the image and we have the template thing. So at this point we need to essentially export it as the format that they want. So cover, let's call it JCard out cover. JCard cover dot PDF, and we need to have the layers as pages so they don't get squished together. and that should be a deliverable format. We are not going to print on the inside of the J-card, so we're done. This is it. We just need to come back to the duplication site and make our audio cassette order. So different audio on each side. Length per side we've got here is 16 on one side and 15 on the other, so we'll just put 16 minutes should be fine. Cassette shell. Choose one of these. So we've got to do this one. I saw this on the meme group. There's a Dungeon Brown cassette. Can't say no to that. We are doing clear front, black back. Let's pick that one. No O card. Cover type is J card. With one side printed. Label type, no labeling. Download codes, no. OB strips, no. That's these things. Test tape, I don't want a test tape. Overwrap, no. No rush service, and we're going to do, I don't know, 20 of these. 25 of them. Let's do 25. Ooh, not 225, 25. Whatever the cheapest is. Let's do, I hate signature required. I'm never home. So here we go. Price per tape is $6.04. So after the shipping, it'll be a few more bucks. The packaging for the shipping, time that it takes. You know, you can decide how much you want to charge for these. I'll probably charge something like $10 for them. And that's it. So continue. Artist or band, Astral Cauldron, type of tape, title of tape, Deserted Stronghold, and we'll fill in the rest of this on my own. I'm not going to fill in personal information. I will do an update when I hear back and send in the templates and pay for the order. And when that happens, we'll try to do it on a live stream, and we'll make the pre-orders live on the live stream. We'll do it like I'm a televangelist. Try to sell all 25 tapes on one live stream. Anyway, that's all we've got for today, and it's exciting to finish these things up. So I hope you have enjoyed this series, and let me know what you'd like to see next. I'll see you next time. Bye.